what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for The Watch, which is a new raunchy comedy starring Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Jonah Hill, and Richard Ayoade. I think I'm saying his name right. And this movie, I've been waiting for a little while. I thought it looked really funny. It had a really cool concept. It's pretty much a raunchy comedy with a bunch of buds hanging out, except there's aliens. So it's a sci-fi slash raunchy comedy. So I was really looking forward to that. I thought it was a really cool little combination. It's directed by Akiva Schaffer, who is one part of The Lonely Island, which is on YouTube, of course. Very popular. And I love those guys. Spoiler, they make a cameo in this movie. All three of them. So I was really looking forward to it because of that, those two things. And did it disappoint? Well, let's talk about it with the story. Alright, so the story here is very simple. You have a character named Evan, played by Ben Stiller, and he's a normal dude. He has a well-paying job at Costco where he's the manager. He has a few friends, he has a loving wife, he just has a normal life. He has a good life. And, well, one day when he comes back to, go to work at Costco, he finds that his security guard friend has been murdered. And he's really broken by this. I mean, he's like, oh, I'm so sad. I need to find out who killed him. Why is there no protection going on? We have cops, but they're not doing anything. So you know what? He decides to make a neighborhood watch by going to a football game and announcing that he wants to do this. And only 3 people show up. You have Vince Vaughn, who plays Bob, who is just a normal family dude. He has a wife, a kid. You have Jonah Hill, who's pretty much the psychotic version of his character from 21 Jump Street, and he plays Franklin in the movie. And you have Richard Ayoade, who is just a random dude that just showed up out of nowhere. And these 3, including Ben Stiller, so 4, I can count, I guess. They decide to go out and pretty much stalk the streets and find out who murdered this dude. And, well, they find out pretty quickly that it was aliens. And I'm just going to leave it off there because, I don't want to spoil anything, even though there's really nothing to spoil. It's a very simple plot. But, yeah, the story there is very silly, but I do like that it combines a, somewhat of a team-up, or a raunchy teamwork, because everybody's, completely different from each other. All of them have pretty much sick minds besides Ben Stiller. He pretty much plays the straight guy in this. And everybody has sick minds and just dirty mouths and stuff, and they combine it with a sci-fi alien invasion movie, and I really do like that in the story. What makes the story even more fun and better, in my opinion, is the actors. I mean, everybody does a great job here. I mean, sure, it's all vulgarity and no real wit behind it. There's no real, clever jokes, but everybody does a good job of what they have. Ben Stiller, like I said, he's the straight man. He's not really the, oh, I'm going to be an overly goofy guy, even though he does his fair share of goofy stuff, and here it definitely works with him. Vince Vaughn is just insane. He's pretty much the man-child with a family, and I actually really enjoyed him as that, because, I mean, we've seen that before in Vince Vaughn movies, but we haven't seen it in a little while, in my opinion. I haven't seen it in a little while, so I was glad he was back, and he was very funny in the movie. Jonah Hill, I know some people hate Jonah Hill. I really like him, but he's freaking hilarious in this movie. He just plays a really psychotic dude. Every time you see his face, you're like, damn, that guy is psychotic. I was about to curse. I toned it down. But that guy is psychotic, and some of the things that he does is just insane, but it's very funny to watch. And Richard Ayoade, even though he's not used as much as he should be, he's very funny, as well as Jamarcus. I think I forgot to mention his name in the story. But, yeah, he's really funny in the movie, even though he's not really used all that much. He's mostly in the background, but whenever he gets to say something, he's actually really funny. So, you know what? All 3 of them, they have a lot of chemistry. They really work together fantastically. I really just like all the performances and all the jokes that come out of their mouths. Not many of them fall flat. A couple do here and there, very small ones, but most of the big ones that are supposed to be really funny, and you can tell when they're supposed to be really funny because they use them in the freaking trailer, they're actually really, really funny. I actually enjoyed them. Yeah, the movie is actually pretty funny, even though there'll be parts here and there that definitely don't make me laugh as hard as I wished. But there's one other thing that I was actually very surprised about in this movie, and that was the special effects. Some of the aliens, when you get to see them, they actually are practical, and they're being controlled by a puppet master, I guess that's what you call them, or a puppeteer, whatever. And that was really cool. I like practical effects, but there's times when they use CG for some of the explosions that are in the film, and some of the other, when there's a bunch of aliens on screen, they can't have all freaking puppets. So when those happen, it's usually in the dark, so you can't tell that they're fake, and it actually really works. So I think the special effects in the film, when there are special effects, really do work. And it's just a really fun movie, to be honest. When it's not really hilarious, it's always energetic and always introducing new things. And there's times where it definitely gets a little too silly for my own, for my taste. But I still enjoyed the film. I didn't think it was as bad as all the reviews are giving it. I mean, it's just a fun little movie with some fun performances and some good little gags here and there that actually made me really laugh. It's a very vulgar movie. Do not expect it to be a freaking like witty comedy, like groundbreaking experience or something. No, it's definitely vulgar. It's very raunchy. But if you go into it expecting that, you might have some fun. So overall, I'm going to give The Watch a 27 out of 40. I enjoyed it. Didn't think it was amazing, but I enjoyed it. So anyway, there you go. There's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and goodbye.